What up? This might come across as a bunch of jumbled thoughts, and if it does, I apologize, but sometimes I just feel like you got to get it out, right? So here we go. My whole thought just now was, if you have children, right, and you're not in some way, form or fashion trying to be the best version of yourself, you're doing a disservice to your children, right? Now, hear me out. If you have flaws, right? If you have things that you don't like about yourself and you don't change them, and they were passed down from your parents, from their parents, right? You know, generational bullshit, really, right? If you're not doing something to try to prevent your children from having to go through that, you're going about it all wrong, right? Now, if you, and I did, trust me, of all ends of the spectrum. When I say that, I mean all ends. So I can agree or appreciate everybody's situation. But if you get up, go to work, and run out the door, you don't, start your kids off like with a good morning and all these things, make them breakfast, tell them you love them, say a prayer, right? Whatever it is. You can't expect it. And I learned this from myself, because I used to wake up late, try to rush out the door, screw it, they'll eat something at school, like whatever, they'll figure it out, right? They're 6 and 9. They're not going to figure it out. They don't wake up to listen to their father being like a mess, trying to figure out what they're going to wear, how they're going to get dressed, right? Like, do they brush their teeth, all that stuff. And I'm like upset with them because I didn't do my job, right? So now how can I expect my kids to like go to school and have a good day and pay attention and be happy and spread joy when I started the day off like a miserable asshole, right? It's not gonna happen. So, and I know most people, like, that's just the way, that's the world we live in, right? We're like, everything's a hurry, everything's a rush, we gotta go on to, like, you aren't even through a task and you're worried about the next one. Like, you can't sit and appreciate the moment because you're trying to juggle 50 different things, right? Like, there's probably been, countless times where I'm sure most people have been somewhere for their kids or whatever because you felt like it was an obligation, right? Like, I have to be there. But then you don't pay attention, right? Like, Dad, did you see that? Nope, I was on my phone. Sorry. Or you lie to them, and they know. They listen. If you don't think kids don't know that you're not paying attention to them, you're mistaken, right? So, for what? So you could scroll Instagram, Facebook, whatever, like, talk to the parent next to you about something that you don't even give two shits about, or, message somebody, like, whatever, worry about, like, all these things are taken away from your kids, right? And they're only going to be little once, right? And that's frightening to me. And I wish they could. I love watching them grow up, but they're only going to be like, there's going to be a time, like, I still pick Trinity up. She's 9 years old. Like, she's like, Dad, pick me up. I'm like, oh God. All right, kid. Because one day is going to be the last time she asks me to pick her up, right? Like, there are not going to be days where they just want to, like, hang out with Dad and pretend, fight, and roll around and tickle each other and laugh and make jokes, and, like, my jokes aren't going to be funny anymore and all that stuff. Like, that day is going to come, and you don't know when that day is going to be. So why not try to just live in the moment? Like, I say this all the time, but like, 40 scared the shit out of me because I've lived a pretty reckless life, right? Like, it's questionable if I should even still be here on multiple occasions. but I am. So that means God's not done with me yet. And until that day comes, I mean, if it was today, I mean, I know where I'm going. So it is what it is. Am I ready to go? Yeah. But do I want to go? No. So, like, it's already written. Like, you have a birthday, you have a date, you're gonna die. Like, that's all God's plan. And I heard Ray Lewis or somebody say, like, the most important part of your headstone is the dash. Like, what did you do in the dash, right? And all the shit that we think is important, it's really not. Because your job is going to replace you I guarantee it, within a week. Within a week, your position will be filled. Somebody else will be at your desk. Somebody else will be driving the truck that you were driving. Somebody else will be holding the shovel you were, like, whatever the case is, somebody's going to take that position. And unless you really have done something outstanding in your life, you're going to be forgotten very, very quickly, because that's the world we live in. Everybody's in a hurry. Like, people won't even take time to grieve. Like, your job isn't even going to give, like, if somebody close to you passes away, your job isn't even going to give you time to grieve, because they're like, we got to keep the machine going. Sorry, Billy, like, I know, your wife just got hit by a train. Excuse me. Sorry, God. But we need you at work again tomorrow. And then if your performance is substandard, you might lose your job, all because you don't really know how to deal. You weren't given the time to process, right? So I guess the moral of this whole thing is, if you're above 40 years old and you're not doing things that better your life, that make you happy, that put you in a position to be involved in your children's life, that are going to make memories, like, you're fucking up, bro. For real. You think I want to be out here doing this shit? I'd much rather be in watching football, eating a pizza, doing something, but, like, that isn't going to benefit my children. That's not going to make me grow other than in my waist. And I'd rather not do that. So I'm not just out here talking to hear myself talk, even though I feel like some days, most days, that's what's happening. Like, I'm trying to, like, give people a different perspective and show them that, listen, you can't understand how good God is unless you really understand how bad I was. I said that yesterday, and I was like, oh wow, because it's true. Like, I wasn't a great person at a couple different stages in my life. So for God to still have me here and still give me a voice and still let me live and be around my kids, like, it's a blessing, man. Especially when you know you shouldn't really be here. So, here you go. Hang on a second. You guys are hunting and stuff. Well, see, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deer. I'm just on a walk. There you go. Go live your life. Like, and be happy. Or you're going to be 80 years old, 90 years old, 70 years old, whatever, on your deathbed, thinking like, dang, was all that shit even worth it? Was that football game that I watched on a Saturday and ignored my kids, was that important? No. Missing church on Sundays when you should have been there. Now you're having a discussion, on your last day, like, oh dude, what'd you do with your time? Oh, well, I was like a good employee, and I scroll Facebook a lot, and I'm like the pizza champion of my town. Like, come on, man, get real. Go live your life, be happy, and that's about it. That's all. See you, bye.